An emergency situation is unfolding in southern Queensland tonight, with firefighters warning an extremely dangerous and potentially deadly bushfire is travelling towards Stanthorpe in the Granite Belt. Reporter George Roberts is near Stanthorpe and begins our coverage where the fire is threatening homes. George, what's the situation like where you are?
Well, Matt, as you can see behind us, that large and threatening blaze over the hill there is heading towards Stanthorpe.
The sides of the road ablaze, red-hot embers raining down.
903, I've got two houses on fire in Jabiru Street.
An ember storm raining down on what was once an idyllic beachside retreat but became a fiery hell.
Very scary.
It was just coming rapidly. Fire behind me was coming so fast. It was coming close so rapidly, and then the wind just changed.
To give you an idea of how quickly the situation is changing here, about an hour ago this fire had nearly completely died down. Water bombing had stopped. Now it's flared again. These residents have no idea when they'll be able to return home.
A bit worried about how close flames are coming to it.
We are. Yesterday it looked like it was going to be okay. It was up the top paddock and the fireys were just water bombing and it was going well. But overnight the winds certainly got up and today it's a little bit too close for comfort actually.
It's these gusting winds that firefighters are worried about. They've been in this area between Binnaburra and Beechmont for 3 days now. The smoke is almost unbearable as they try and stop this blaze tearing up the escarpment and into properties on the hill.
Then suddenly, with a change of wind, it comes out of the bush, jumps this road, and all of a sudden it's burning up towards this house. These residents only realised when trees started falling outside their window.
As fire closed in at Sarabah late yesterday, the State Air Rescue helicopter was called to action. Authorities have only just begun the heartbreaking task of notifying hinterland and scenic rim property owners that their homes have been lost. They say with communities dispersed by evacuations that it could take several days to track everyone down.
This is what authorities have been worried about when a small spot fire turns into a significant threat within minutes. Fires like these have been sporadically popping up across southern Queensland, keeping fire crews constantly on edge.
Police have found one 12-year-old boy who allegedly started a fire in bushland south of Brisbane yesterday. He'll be dealt with under the Youth Justice Act. They're also questioning two 14-year-old girls over a separate blaze on the northern Gold Coast.
There's only one road leading in and out of Binnaburra Lodge, and it's referred to as a corridor of risk.
In the midst of a fierce battle with an unruly bushfire in Peachy, a water-bombing helicopter crash lands.
The ferocity of the Cobra Ball fire is captured in this footage by firefighter Dan Boswood. The danger fireys put themselves in is not lost on locals.
Those guys, they need medals. They just pump their hearts out for ordinary people.
The winds here have really picked up this afternoon, causing the blaze to flare again. Here at Incident Control, plans are in place to ensure there are resources on the ground to battle it tonight.
The actual fire is burning just over that ridge. You can see the smoke. That's why this back burning over the next 2 days is critical if fire crews are going to get a handle on this blaze before the weather changes over the weekend.
The threat to residents here isn't over yet, with conditions forecast to deteriorate again by Wednesday.
This footage captured by firefighters shows the battle to save Cobra Ball.
Now, George, what is the situation like tonight?
Well, Lexi, it's a bitterly cold night here on the Granite Belt, but that's doing little to comfort the firefighters who are at the front of that blaze. It's still very dry and we have strong, gusting, fierce winds here, which the firefighters say is their biggest battle. That is the thing that is making the challenge the hardest for them as it fans those blazes still.
By mid-afternoon, the big guns were called in. 15,000 litres of fire-retardant water dousing the unruly blaze. This will give you a bit of an idea of why this town had to be evacuated. As you can see, the wall of flames has swept through here, singeing at these houses. And just behind that, the only road in and out.
A scene of desolation reveals the ferocity of the Ballindine blaze.
It's to be greeted by just a wall of flames and probably, I don't know, 12, 15 foot tall, running into the wind. We were.
Residents returning for the first time are overwhelmed with relief. Your fence is nearly gone?
Yeah. It looks like we had some bamboo here, which unfortunately set light to our neighbour's deck. I'm extremely emotional, to come home and see my house like this.
From afar, the youngster watched as the fire tore up the hill. The fierce flames licked around his home.
It was pretty scary, yeah. We're very, very, very lucky that our house didn't burn down.